Hey guys, it's Alex here, and I'm back with this Investigations here, and we've actually gone 2 years into the future now, so we're in the year 2018. So firstly, I'll go through the 2016-2017 season. Um, so this is the league table. It's gone actually. It's kind of weird. This one was a bit of an odd one. It went back to the sort of normal teams, I'd say, going like winning the league in the top 4/5. You got you got Liverpool in second, City third, Chelsea fourth. Then you got Southampton in fifth, Arsenal, Aston Villa, and then Fulham, who dropped quite a lot, in eighth. Wolves did well, ninth. Tottenham, West Brom, Middlesbrough, Swansea, Derby, West Ham, Everton have dropped even further. Watford, Newcastle actually get relegated, along with Palace and Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield United. If we look at the Championship, that year Crewe actually got promoted in their first season in the Championship, showing their youth system now off a bit. Sunderland won it actually in the end, only by 1 point, and then Leeds got promoted as well. Um, then if Coventry did well, along with Brentford, Stoke, Norwich is still doing badly. Sheffield Wednesday, QPR got relegated finally, and Bournemouth. League One for the first season. Portsmouth got promoted, along with Chesterfield and Barnsley. Uh, then you got who Millwall stayed in the Championship, along with Brighton in the Championship, the League One. York, Swindon, Notts County, and Yeovil get relegated. Yeovil have dropped quite a way now, actually. League Two, um, Nuneaton actually got promoted from League Two. They've increased quite a bit now. If we look at their, if we look information, maybe no. If we look at competitions, yeah, there we go. They actually got promoted. Oh wait, yeah. If we go back, yeah, they got promoted from League Two, along with Wycombe, Chester, and Preston. Um, Relegated Crawley and Wimbledon. Then we got Squirrel Premier, FC Halifax and Bury went up, along with Bournemouth, Workington, Ebbsfleet, and Kidderminster going down. Squirrel North, FC United actually got promoted. Chorley got promoted as well. Boston, Hinckley, and Brackley went down. And then the Squirrel South, Eastleigh and Newport County went up. Bashley, Basingstoke, Havant, Waterlooville got relegated. If we look at the FA Cup, the winners were actually Crewe that year. Andre Brown for Crewe, who's a good young player for them, scoring the winner there against Birmingham, which was kind of a shock. And if you look at that, there was Crewe, well, they're Premier League now, but yeah, if you look at Fulham getting beaten, and then Charlton being beaten by Birmingham, big teams actually went out. Crewe beat Man City, along with Charlton beating Man U. And then if we look at the Capital One Cup, Fulham, Aston Villa won it that year. So not the big teams winning things anymore. If we look at, if we go all the way back up to the Premier League for last season, the awards, Golden Glove that year went to Conor Morris, a young regen from Tottenham. He did well. Then Eric Johansson and then Ben Amos. Footballer of the Year went to John Williams from Palace. 11 goals, 10 assists, pretty good. Then Manager of the Year went to Roy Keane at Man U, Steve McLaren at Liverpool, and then Pochettino at Aston Villa, which is a bit crazy. Player of the Year went to Ward Prowse that year from Southampton, 4 goals, 14 assists. Players Team of the Year for 2016-17 was Morris in goal, Flanagan, Liverpool's right back, then Luke Shaw, Boyata and Rekic from Man City, Stephen Hewitt, the young regen, Freddie Plumain, a young Frenchman who came from them on a free in the 20 right at the start, I think. And then Lingard and Nick Powell with Harry Kane, and then Cauley Woodrow from Fulham with Enriquez, Jed Steer in goal. On the bench, Le Guen, the regen from Arsenal, Sahar, Lee Lucas from South Swansea, Sonogo from Arsenal, the old FM legend, actually making an appearance now, Callum Chambers from Southampton, and Delfonso from Aston Villa. Players young player went to Luke Shaw, then Van Ginkel, and then Plumain. Still the real players going in. And then top goal scorer was Adil Nabi for West Brom actually, with 23 goals. Then Cauley Woodrow, then Jerome Sinclair. And then, yeah, that is it for that. I think transfers wise, if we look at that season, Wallace left Chelsea for Bayern for 15.5 million. Yeza went to Wolfsburg, and then Curtis Good went to Alpha Teh. But that's the transfers, the only worthwhile transfers there. But yeah, so if we look at Chelsea, because they are in the Champions League normally, we can look at Fulham. Not Fulham. Oh, they're in the Europa League. We can look at the Euros for last season. So, playoff-wise, I think there was probably some English teams in there. Yep, Huddersfield were in there. They did lose to Grasshoppers, though. Any other English teams? Yes. Chelsea got through versus Shamrock, which would be very bad if they didn't. Then we go to the group stage. Arsenal won their group. Chelsea came second in theirs. Southampton came second in theirs. Doing well there. I think that's it for English teams. First knockout round though, Arsenal went out to FC20. Man City beat a Metalist to go through there. Probably because they came third in their group, I'm guessing. Chelsea beat Roma, and then Southampton actually beat Real Sociedad. So we got people in the second knockout round, and Southampton beating Lyon there to get to the next round. Chelsea and City both going out to Sporting and Napoli. So Southampton got the furthest in, but they lost in the end, 4-2 on aggregate to Valencia, and the winner that year was Valencia actually. If we look at the Champions League, if we look at the playoff, I know Arsenal lost in the playoff, which wasn't good. Then Fulham finished bottom of their group, but they were very close. They won 2 of their games, which wasn't that bad. Then Man City did finish third in their group. So does that mean that no English clubs got through to the next round, which is a bit bad, I'd say, and Benfica won it that year. So, yeah, that is the 2016-2017 season rounded up. If we go to England Premier League, we can look at this year in a lot more detail. So this year was sort of back to usual with the smaller clubs coming through. Man U won it in the end. So, yeah. Then Fulham came second again. Southampton third again. Arsenal, Chelsea. Liverpool, City, Tottenham, Derby come back again. Sunderland have done well for the first season. Aston Villa, West Brom, Middlesbrough, Watford, Crewe. Not bad for their first season. Wolves dropped down quite a bit. Swansea. Then Everton, West Ham and Leeds get relegated there. But yeah, so if you look at the player stats, Van Ginkel was the highest average rating. John Gregory for Leeds, a young right back, was next there. So regions are really starting to come through. Stephen Hewitt, obviously, for Fulham. He's worth 17.5 million now, which is very high rated. Then goals-wise, Cauley Woodrow for Fulham got top goal scorer. Enriquez for Man U, Jake Cassidy, Rory Donnelly and Harry Kane. Assists-wise, Lassie Vigen for Fulham got most assists in the lead. Lucas Thomas Carroll, Coquelin and Stephen Hewitt. And then player of the matches, Van Ginkel, Hewitt and Gregory all got 10. And then Mickey Watts for Watford got 8, who's a regen, another centre-back. But yeah, so if you look at the transfers for this season, there's quite a few actually going out. Andreas Christensen from Chelsea, I think a young Danish centre-back / right-back for them in real life, went to Barcelona for 13.25. Suso went to Wolfsburg for 11.25. Abdul Razak went to Udinese for 7.75. Patrick Van Arnholt and Gian Perez went to Galatasaray for 3 to 4 million each. Walter Paoli, a Southampton player, went to Udinese. Oh, he's a young Udinese player. He's an Italian from their youth academy, actually. Went to Udinese for 2.8. Omri Altman went to Olympiacos. Damien Martinez went to Dinamo Moscow. Dylan Tombides went to Parma. Jesse Yorinen went to Atletico. And Brian Morris went to Celtic. So regions are starting to be sold now, which is good in a way. If we go to awards for this year, Cauley Woodrow won top goal scorer. Then, as you can see, Golden Glove went to Paulo Gazzaniga from Fulham, who's now 26 now. Jonathan Pickford from Sunderland, and then Marek Rodak. Footballer of the Year went to Stephen Hewitt. which the first region actually to win it. He got 9 goals, 12 assists. Um, Manager of the year went to Roy Keane again at Man U, then Martin Jol and Malky Mackay. Players player went to Cauley Woodrow. Players team of the year when there was this Courtois in goal. Oh, all season that is. Gazaniga in goal. Jack Robinson left back. Jack um, Stevens from Southampton centre back, along with Boyata and Gregory the regen. Hewitt on the right. Powell and Kane in the middle. Lingard, Woodrow and Angelo Henriquez. Bench is quite the usual. It's actually I read the wrong team of the year for the last year's one. Sorry to do this. John Williams was in the middle, Plumain on the left, Naby up front, Gazaniga, John Stones, Ginkel, Suso, Delfonso, Jack Robinson, Guidetti on the bench for that. That was last year's. This one is this year's. I read that out for the wrong year, so sorry about that. Players young player went to Nick Powell from Man U, then Harry Kane, then Etienne Le Guen from Arsenal. Then I think that is it for that. The only problem I'm seeing about this now is that players are starting to get older, so some players are 26 now, but due to this, they are real players. The transfer embargo, no new old players will come in, so the regens will start to improve over time. If we go to the Championship now, Blackburn, Coventry and Birmingham are all relegated. Coventry doing well there to get promoted. Newcastle did not come straight back up. I can't even see them. Where are they? Because they did get relegated last season, didn't they? It's the Championship. Yeah, Newcastle got relegated. And this season, where did they finish? They must be... Bloody hell, they finished low. So, Huddersfield missing out on there. Brentford doing well. Stoke still mid-table. Newcastle doing awful there, along with Cardiff. Norwich actually get relegated for the second successive time, down to League One now. Stats for this year for them: Wootton from Andrew Wootton from Blackburn did very well with 27 goals this year. Good thing though, he's the good players for young teams. They can't get taken by bigger clubs unless they're foreign, so that's kind of good. League One: Oldham, Stevenage, and Walsall get promoted, with Mansfield, Southend, Blackpool, and Accrington getting relegated. Nuneaton are actually climbing the leagues there. QPR and Brighton are mid-table, and Hull are down lower the table in League One there. League Two: Gillingham, Bury, and Port Vale with Tranmere get promoted. Fleetwood and Yeovil get relegated. Yeovil just continue their decline. Squirrel Premier: Forest Green and Crawley get promoted. Billericay, Stockport, Hereford, and Newport County get relegated. The Squirrel North: Cheltenham and Barrow get promoted, while Gloucester, Vauxhall, and Altrincham get relegated. And the Squirrel South: Staines, Bournemouth, and get promoted, and Dover, Weston-super-Mare, and Tonbridge get relegated. So FA Cup: Everton won it this year on extra time over Arsenal. Hallam Hope with the final goal for that. And then if we go to I think Birmingham and Wolves are in the semis. See, like a lot of young teams get far in the cups because they got the teams are the same in a way. Capital One Cup: Fulham won it this year, 2-1 over Wolves in the end. Tankovic and Cauley Woodrow for Fulham. Lee Griffiths there. But if you look at that, Liverpool, Swansea, Wolves, Chelsea, Fulham, Aston Villa, Fulham. So Fulham are becoming a really big team now. Look at that: 19.25 million, 18.25. Stephen Hewitt's 17.5. These are the second place team. It's crazy. But yeah, so if we look now into the Champions League, we can see the playoff. The stage of that would be better. Playoff. Man City lost to Getafe 6-0 on aggregate, so they didn't go through there. Group A. Group B, nothing. Group C. Liverpool came third in their group. Then we go on to Group G with Man U coming third as well. And that was all groups there. So first knockout round, no English clubs again, which is really bad. Euro Cup. So we go into the Euro Cup now to find the English clubs. Chelsea won against Motherwell there. to go through, and then Southampton won against AAB to go through there, and then Aston Villa won against AZ Alkmaar to go through as well. Group stage, Crew actually got through their group because they won the Capital One Cup. They went into Europe, and they actually got through their group, which is a bit crazy there. Group B, Group C, nothing. Chelsea won their group comfortably. Aston Villa came bottom of their group. Who else? Southampton came bottom of their group also. Don't think there's anyone else to go. Oh, Man City came top of their group as well. So then if we go to the knockout round, Man City got through first round. Chelsea get knocked out to Sporting. Crew get knocked out to Athletic Bilbao. Man U go through against Valencia, and Liverpool get knocked out by Atletico. Second knockout round, Man City knock out Porto. And then Man U get knocked out to Wolfsburg. So Man City are the furthest in. Quarterfinals, they've actually got through the quarterfinals and beaten Inter. This is the furthest an English team have got in Europe since this has started. But they did lose to Monaco in the end, 40 on aggregate. And in the final, Monaco went on to win it. So there we go. If I want to go see Crew's squad, actually, they seem to be having quite a good squad with them now, due to the good youth system. Because if we look at some of their players now, so Ebenezer Kershaw for them, they've got quite a good team. Look at that English though. Everyone is English, which is really nice to see coming through. So if you look at some of the teams, Man U, let's look at Man U's team. They've got Angelo Enriquez up front, who's very good. But look at that. All English there, nearly, apart from all these like random players. Got a Brazilian regen coming through called Senegal. He looks quite good actually. But yeah, look at the English team must be doing so, like, well, not the English team, but like youth in England's doing much better. So if you look at the national team now, Joe Hart's still in goal from Napoli. Carl Walker's there. Eric Diaz at Valencia. Craig Dawson, Luke Shaw at Southampton. Zaha's in it. George Thorne at Celtic. Nick Powell and Lingard from Man U. Harry Kane from Tottenham. Rooney still at Monaco. Bill Thorne, here's a regen from Arsenal. Barry Beattie, another regen from Fulham. And Cauley Woodrow from Fulham. Brian Morris from Celtic, who was at Middlesbrough. He's in the English team. Dan Burn from Fulham. Michael Keane from Man U. Delfonso Chalobah from Chelsea. Stephen Hewitt's in the English team now, along with Callum Chambers and Fraser Forster. And if we look at maybe England's results, I guess. If we look at the players, and then England senior squad fixtures. We haven't actually looked at this through the years. So they actually did, I think, finish top of their group there. I think they were finished top of the group there. If we go back a few seasons to 2012, we know due to that we didn't get through to the World Cup because of these draws. My God, that's not good. And then friendlies, European qualifications, Group D, beat Finland, drew to Ireland, beat Faroe Islands, beat Austria, lost to Finland, lost to Austria, lost to Ireland, beat Faroe Islands, lost to Turkey in the playoff, 3-2, and then won in the playoff. So the qualifications, bloody hell, if we go to stages and go back. So where does England rank? We finished third in our group behind Finland and Austria. Jesus. And then the playoff, we beat Turkey. So then that would go back. And then that would be the Euros. In the Euro Championship stages, 2016 one, I'm guessing. Group stage, Group A. We're in Group A. No, Group B, Group C, Group D. Group D, we went out of our group without a win. Germany and Croatia went up. We lost to Croatia, lost to Germany, drew 2-2 there. So that means we went out of the group there. World Cup qualifiers, beat Estonia, beat Faroe Islands, beat Austria, beat Norway, starting to come back now. Northern Ireland, we drew with 1-1. Then we beat Estonia, had 2 friendlies which we won. Won against the Faroe Islands, drew with Austria, beat Northern Ireland, and won against Norway. So that means we finished top of the group there. So you're starting to come back now. Like, we had probably, like, it would be 3 or 4 years of doing awful, and then we start to come back. And then you see we have two friendlies which we've both won, and we're in the World Cup with Colombia, Russia, and Austria. So yeah. Um, so after this, I think I'm going to do another 2 years, which will take us to 2020, and then I'll do another 3 years, which will take us to 2023. So that'll be a 10-year review, and then after that, I'll probably stop it unless you guys want more. So just wanted your feedback whether you want this to keep on going, and how well it's going and whatnot, and if you're enjoying it and whatnot. Any advice and any comments and whatever, just put in the thing, and if you want to like as well. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's been quite a long one, so I apologise for that, but hopefully you guys like it. But yeah, it's been Alex, and I'll see you guys later.